Hey everyone, Charles here, and first of all, thank you for stopping by my podcast. If this show inspires you, makes you think, or gives you that courage to jump into action, please help by donating to this show. Click the link in the description and donate. Your donation helps us with production and finding great guests moving forward. Thank you and enjoy.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey Jump fans, what do you believe in? Do you have faith? Do you believe in yourself? This next guest of mine most people have gone through would have stopped what they're doing. But because his faith and believing himself, he's gone on to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to my show, Cavell Johnson. And what we're going to talk about is what he's gone through in his life and how it strengthened him and how he's gone to the next level to be great. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back and listen to my interview with Cavell Johnson.
You know you should be doing something different, right? Hey, I'm talking to you. Do you believe that you have the gift for greatness or have a special talent, but don't have the courage to take that next step? Always wondering how others made it look so easy? Well, welcome to Jump, the show that will bring you special guests just like you and me. How did they get the courage to jump into greatness? Doing what they love and living the good life. So, get ready to jump with your host, Charles Matthews Jr.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jump Podcast, the podcast where I bring you interesting people to help you get to that next level to greatness and get to the line and jump. And the funny thing enough is I can't have a show called Jump without a main man that I know that can fly, okay? My man can jump, all right? I don't know where he gets his hops from, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome my guest, Cavell Johnson, to the show. Please welcome Cavell.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Chuck. I appreciate it, man.
All right, listen. Before we even get on to this, I always tell everybody to get to Twitter, get to YouTube, look at your handle. But I got to get to the YouTube video, okay? If I type your name in, will it pop up?
Which YouTube video?
I'm talking about when the man bounced the ball from out of bounds. Okay, it was the All-Star. It was the All-Star weekend.
Yes.
Okay, where was that? Where were you?
We were in PEI.
Okay.
Yeah, at the All-Star weekend for National Basketball League of Canada.
Right.
What was that? 4 years ago?
Okay.
Maybe 4 years ago. 5.
And do you remember who bounced the ball for you and everything?
That was my teammate. Not just my All-Star teammate, but my actual Brampton A's teammate. Cedric Moody threw a pass from in the stands, and I caught it off the bounce while I jumped over a ball rack.
Right. See, okay. First of all, we all thought that the guy that was doing the camera angle in the stands was the worst camera guy ever.
Well, nobody had a clue.
Right, because we're like, why is he in the stands? Like, why doesn't he get down to the court? Like, move to the court so you can really see it. No, he knew what he was doing. The man caught Moody in the stands. Everybody's looking like, why doesn't Cavell have a ball in his hand? Right? All of a sudden, Moody stands up, throws and it was a perfect pass too, by the way. Okay.
Yes.
So, throws the ball from the stands onto the court, and then as he's throwing it, you're running. You jump over a ball rack. All at the same time, catch the lob and destroy the rim.
Yes.
And then I'm like, listen, if they don't hand him the trophy after that one, I'm saying this thing is fixed.
Yeah, I was going for the wow factor on that one, man.
Oh my goodness. So listen, we're talking about your basketball career. Let people know, the little journey about yourself.
All right. Well, I grew up in Southern Virginia. Small town country boy. Grew up on a farm. My dad played some college basketball, and he instilled that desire in myself and my brothers as well. played at a private school in Northern Virginia for my last 2 years of high school, called Notre Dame Academy. Then I earned a full scholarship to university at James Madison University in Virginia. Played there for 2.5 years and then transferred to the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, also known as UMBC, the number 16 seed that upset Virginia this past year in the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
I played my final season of college basketball there when we went to the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history. After that, I started my professional career in Portugal, and then I came back home and took some time away from ball. Got back into it in 2011 or 2012. Started my career in this league and on the St. John Millrats in the National Basketball League of Canada out in New Brunswick. Played there for a year, then went to the team in Brampton where you and I met.
Yes.
Played for the Brampton A's for 2 seasons before going overseas for a couple years and then coming back here to play in KW. While I was overseas, I played in Finland, I played in Budapest, Hungary, played in China and in Greece.
And you also had this, at one point, you were like with this crazy team. It was like a Showtime team or something.
Yeah. Court Kings.
Okay.
Court Kings, yes.
Listen.
It's like a touring teams, kind of like the And Ones back in the 90s.
Yeah. And like the little people, who was that?
Oh, so big names that I was out there with, Hot Sauce, that was from And One.
Yes.
And then Manny Love, who's a huge sensation. He's with the Globetrotters now.
Okay.
Making big noise, and you'll see him all over social media, crossing people up in public and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. And I was looking at that. I was like, that's a good look. That's a good look. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. We're gonna get right into it. Mm-hmm. I titled the show "Rise and Fall." Okay. Because people don't know. They hear all the stuff that you've done, all the basketball stuff, but it wasn't an easy journey for you.
Oh no. Not an easy journey at all.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh man. So when I left Portugal the first time, I told myself, it was for personal reasons, and I told myself that if I ever was given the opportunity to play again, there would be no thing or person that would get in the way of that.
Right.
I was playing, doing my thing, having a great time with professional basketball and putting my all into it. And when I was in Greece, I decided to leave for personal reasons as well. Again, and that was a relationship. And the result of that of leaving Greece was me landing here in KW, playing for the Titans. I got engaged, and life happens. Life happens. That relationship ended, and I was at a juncture in my life where I needed to figure out what I was going to do, what I really wanted to do for myself at that point. In the midst of that, I lost my brother. I'm the oldest of 3. I lost my middle brother. We're extremely close family. I lost him to suicide. I've been dealing with that, coping and healing from that over the last 1.5 years or so. And then just trying to live in the passions and purpose of my life. After my relationship ended, I decided for myself that I was going to join the Army back home in the States.
Okay.
And I had outlined a path for myself that I wanted at that point in time. And in the middle of that, as things were coming down to me going to take my physical, pick my job, and find out when I was leaving, the day before that, I got a call to come back and join the Titans to provide some veteran leadership as they were in a little bit of turbulence at that time during the season. So God interjected into the plans that I thought I was making for myself. He interjected and put me on a different direction. And I honestly, man, I'm the type of person that lives when I make a decision, when my life takes me in a direction,
that's it.
I stick with it, and I don't think about the what ifs. I really don't think about the what ifs.
Right.
But given this opportunity, I couldn't imagine things being any better. The networks that I've made, that I've been in, the lives, the youth lives that I've been able to impact, my own friends' lives that I've been able to impact. It's just been an amazing experience, man. And I'm so thankful for his capital H guidance and hand in my life.
So, because here's the thing, right? People think, oh, that's it. You know, I'm on top, whatever level that may be, and then things like that, like you happen. Like, we're gonna break it down, okay? So one, you lose a partner that you think you're gonna stick with life, right?
Right.
That happens, and then you go, oh, that's it. How do I move on from there? Right?
Right.
Because you don't know what direction it's gonna pull and tug you with.
Exactly. And it's, I mean, when you invest so much of yourself into anything in life, when that doesn't work out and things go different than how you were planning or what you were looking forward to, it can be a little devastating. It can be very discouraging.
Right.
And it just forces you into a position where you have to reevaluate a lot of things in life.
But then here's the thing. As a man, and we're going to talk to all the men out there, right? Because, you know, like, the reason I think we think, because I've gone through it, you've gone through it, there's many men out there that's gone through it. When you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror, what did you say to yourself in the mirror?
After it happened?
Yeah.
You got to keep pushing.
That's it.
You just have to keep pushing. There's bigger purpose. There's something bigger that you're being led towards right now. And that's what I tell myself each day. Even when things are going well for me, man, I'm telling myself there's more. There's more that you can do. There's more purpose for you. Just stay true to the passions that you have.
Right, because then I you know, all the young people on social media, and even young teens when they grow up, you know, you see them all the time. They're with somebody, they break up with somebody, and then they think the whole world is over.
Right.
And then it's like, oh my Lord, that's it. Why? You know what I mean? And I'm like, and I'm like, I'm looking back at it and go, man, was I like that? You know what I mean? Because
and we are like that, man. Especially when we're younger. But that's how we get better equipped to deal with those kind of adverse situations as we get older, because we experience disappointment and letdown from early ages. Right. It's all about how we are helped coached to deal with those things and how we condition ourselves to deal with those types of situations as well.
Right.
I think I was able to handle my situation, my own personal situation, in a very healthy way, and a very productive way for the direction that my life is going and was going.
Right.
And just, I try to feed myself positivity. When things hurt, when I don't understand things as far as that relationship ending, I prayed. I spent a lot of time in self-reflection.
Okay.
And then just feeding myself positive thoughts and positive energy, man, because it's so easy to get caught in that negative mind space.
Yes.
And beating yourself up or blaming someone else. When in all actuality, just loving yourself, loving the people that you come across, continuing to spread love as opposed to focusing on being negative or being skeptical.
Right,
just continue to live with love, and love will stay around you. Every relationship isn't going to be for you or be the long-lasting relationship that we might want. We just have to have a positive outlook on things.
Right, because people, funny thing enough, men and women, we forget that we lose one, but we still have many.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, for you have a whole basketball team of boys you can hang out. You know what I mean? Like, for me, it's my family. I have a huge family, and I didn't think of my family as the next part of my life, right? So it's something that everybody has to get into, and I'm glad we talked about it, because men and women, we have to understand that if you can't love yourself first, then nothing, then it's not possible.
Exactly.
It's not possible.
I've been having those conversations this week, actually. A few people that I've met with over this week about taking care of yourself first, about being able, in order to show up for the people that you want to show up for around you, like the close people to you, your loved ones, you have to take care of yourself first. And part of taking care of yourself, the initial part of taking care of yourself is loving yourself first. And it's an action, man.
Yeah, so then let me ask you this. How did this translate and help you being the head coach of KW Titans?
The clear mindset that I have now actually started at a young age. My parents have always encouraged myself and my brothers to speak our mind, to take ownership of our own thoughts and our own actions. And it really puts you in a state of mind of being present and very conscious.
Right.
So it started at a young age for me, but the perspective was sharpened with the loss of my brother.
Okay.
It was shifted and sharpened. You really, and I could never speak to this before that experience, but you never really know what's really important to you until you lose something that's extremely important to you.
I want our listeners to understand this. At this time, are you the coach?
Yes. No. At that time when I lost my brother, I was not the coach. I was a player on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like things are going up and down. Like, you know, you get in the team, you're doing this up and down, and then this happens.
Yes. And it was one evening around 6:30, I guess. I was just hanging out with a few of my teammates, and my youngest brother called me. He was back home in the area, and it was a very heavy. It's the most difficult thing I've ever dealt with in my life.
Right.
Fortunately, the team was very understanding, very supportive of me through the whole process. I went home for 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, to be there with my family and try to process and cope as healthily as I could. And then they allowed me to come back to the team. Everybody was extremely supportive. I just tried to continue to build and get strong and be for my team what my team needed, because this is my job, it's my career, while also trying to be everything I need to be for my family back home and being of the support that I could be from the distance, from 9-hour drive away.
But so then let me ask you this then. There's young athletes coming up, right? We seen it in the NBA the other day. Players losing their family members as well. Isaiah from when he was in Boston, and how he took that energy and he played the game of his life. You know what I mean?
Right.
How do you tell the listeners and people out there, how do you go through adversity like that and then even want to continue?
For me personally, it's partially upbringing. My parents were very resilient. The people around me were just very resilient individuals, and I had great examples. But then when we get outside of the nurturing aspect and we look at the nurturing approach to how we develop, I spent a lot of time mentally conditioning myself to deal with adversity, mentally conditioning myself to find resilience, to find inner strength. And a lot of that had to do with prayer and searching the word. And a lot of that had to do with just self-reflection and meditation. And when I get into a difficult situation, I have a strong foundation to pull from for strength and resilience.
Introducing Promo Caribbean, the Caribbean's #1 mobile app. The only app you'll need to stay current on local and regional news, jobs, business listings, parties, attractions, travel, and much more. Whether you're in the Caribbean, Canada, the US, the UK, or anywhere in the world, this revolutionary app allows you to connect, engage, and support your Caribbean community through your mobile device. Reach the whole Caribbean community from the palm of your hands. Download the Promo Caribbean app now for free at the App Store and Google Play.
So for example, you mentioned faith, which is a big thing, right? A lot of people are either you believe in something or you don't believe in something. You can always have faith in something. It could be in somebody, it could be some higher power. Mm-hmm. But the question is, when Cavell gets up in the morning,
yes,
right? What do you do? How do you make sure that you got this inner circle? Because it sounds like you put yourself in this bubble of inner circle of a protection for your mind, body, and soul.
Yes. So, I mean, first and foremost, I live with a positive mindset as much as I can, as best I can. Now, we all have things that disappoint us throughout the day, but I just try to keep my perspective sharp with being positive. When I wake up in the morning, before I do anything, almost before I open my eyes fully, I thank God for getting me through another night, for waking me up in the morning. And I ask for his guidance and protection throughout the day over myself, my family, and my loved ones. And that in itself helps start a day in the right direction, start it off on the right foot. Starting off with thanks and gratitude. I don't think there's a better way to start your day. It just gives you that positive mindset right before your feet touch the floor. You're in a positive mindset.
So that's your morning coffee right there.
Absolutely. I very, very rarely drink coffee, but my morning coffee is definitely gratitude and appreciation.
Right. Okay. And then your second part.
And then I start with trying to spread love and positivity. I will talk to someone who I'm close with, whether it be a family member or a close friend, and just spread some positive vibes just to start my day. And that's infectious. It's infectious. When you have the ability to make someone else smile, that they pay that forward and make someone else smile in their life. And then that just carries over. And then when you make someone else smile, it's infectious for you as well, because you get that energy right back to you. And it costs nothing. It costs nothing. It costs no dollar, no red cent to be kind and to be loving to someone else.
Oh man, and that's the best freeness you can give somebody. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
Exactly.
No credit card needed, no loan, no nothing like that.
No cash app transfers, no e-transfers, nothing. Man. It's just all positive vibes.
You won't have the bank knocking on your door, nothing like that.
Exactly.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I applaud you, first of all, to be talking about your situation with your family and stuff. Mm-hmm. It has to be difficult, but then at the good point in time, when I see you on social media doing your thing, then it shows you that, yes, when you have a strong foundation and when you have good people around you, that's when you start rising again.
Yes.
So tell everybody how all of this came up, but then now you're doing your thing. You're the coach. I see you talking to people. You're out there doing your stuff. I see your social media blowing up. You know what I mean? So tell everybody, because the listeners want to know, okay, if I fail, and that's the main thing, you know what I mean? I wanted to do a singing career. I wanted to do this and I failed. Do I just curl up? Do I give up? Or what do I do to get to the next level?
The important part, before I get into my little situation with how I got into coaching and the people that I surround myself with, I wanted to very well be understood from the listeners that we do not fail until we quit, until we give up. Now we can hit some speed bumps and some roadblocks and many obstacles on the way to trying to achieve the goals that we set forth for ourselves, but you have not failed until you give up. And I encourage anybody who is trying to reach a certain goal or attain something in their own personal lives, if you haven't gotten it time and time again, don't give up on it. keep trying, try different ways, try to educate yourself differently, surround yourself with more people with the like mindset, and really continue to try to put all your efforts into attaining the goals that you have for yourself. Now, as to get back to my personal path, coaching was something that I could see myself doing, but it was not something that I was actively pursuing.
Okay.
So that in itself puts me in a position, or my story in a position, to rely even more heavily on the people that I surround myself with and the way that I conduct myself around those people. Fortunately for me, the ownership of my team, they saw certain leadership qualities and certain personal qualities that led them to believe that I would be a great leader in a suit for this team, as opposed to a great leader in a uniform for this team. I had great talks with Leon Martin, who's one of the owners of this team, where he expressed his confidence in me and what his vision and what he could see me doing and being for our organization, as they offered me this coaching job. I like to think that I conduct myself and carry myself as a professional on and off the floor. And I like to be a leader for my guys, and not a leader because I want to tell people what to do, but a leader because I want to show people how to get more out of themselves. I want to show people the greatness within themselves. And that's how I carried my profession when as a teammate. I just wanted to be everything that I could be for someone else to realize their greatness. It was never really about me being the best that I could be for me.
Right.
Everything that I've done in my life has been with someone else in mind. As an older brother, that was always ingrained in me. So the ownership saw those things, those qualities and traits in me, and felt very comfortable with offering me the head coaching job, to which I did not know how to respond initially, because it wasn't something that I wanted to do. I was in my path. I was going to join the Army. I agreed to come play on the team to finish the season, and I was like, all right, after that's over, I'm going to go back on my path that I created for myself, and I'm going to join the Army and serve my contract, and then come out and have a good job, making some good money. But God spoke to my heart. The close people around me spoke to my heart and to my passions. And coaching is an amazing platform for me to fulfill my passions, my true passions of helping others develop, helping others grow, helping others see their own greatness. And I feel like that's, in those passions, I found a purpose. And this job gives me the platform to fulfill that passion and purpose.
Hey, it's okay if you're driving or too busy to take notes. Charles has your parachute packed with all the info you need to jump into success. Check out the links section for all the tools you need to land safe. Now, let's keep falling with Charles and his special guest.
You know, funny enough, I've done a couple of interviews already, you know, and I'm just knocking interviews off. I'm trying to get the best people I can find. But funny enough, when I listen to you do my interviews and listen to all my guests speak, there's something in common. It's funny. So yesterday I interviewed Alexander Giddens, and he said something which you just said as well. And I'm just amazed how everybody who's at this level or moving on to this level has the same thing. You keep talking about the relations that you have with people.
Yes.
You keep mentioning about relationships that you have with people. And funny enough, yesterday, he kept talking about, it's not about him. It's not about what he can do for you or why he's doing this for him. He's talking about relations. And you keep mentioning the great relations you have with the players, with the coaches, your family and friends. Why is relations so important to you?
Because we don't live here alone. We don't exist alone. We don't go through anything good, bad, or indifferent alone. So it's important to develop, nurture, and strengthen relationships with the people that we are surrounded by and the people that we come in contact with. I think I had this conversation with you last year or 2 years ago about the initiative that I started called BRAND. BR, the number 4, ND, stands for Building Reputations for Nurturing Development. And that's development on all aspects. I think we, as people, as members of community, whether it be your neighborhood or our overall global community, we have a responsibility to help the next person beside us, behind us, or in front of us. We have a responsibility to be that for someone else in order for us to grow and succeed as a human race. And so you take that macro look at the situation, or the macro look at community, and you break it down to something as simple as your community of where you go from your home to your work, and the people that you interact with during your daily life. And if you can infect people's minds with that love and positivity, you build a stronger community with more people who are willing to step out of their comfort zone to help someone else reach somewhere that they're trying to go. And in doing that, we're developing ourselves anyway. We're helping ourselves sharpen skills of being more sensitive to what's going on around us, to being more sensitive to the needs of our own individual selves as we acknowledge the needs of other people. And we just develop overall when we help other people.
So then at the end of the day, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. You're the coach now. You've been doing some great things doing the speaking. I asked all my guests this, and I think this is the key thing that I'm going to lead with every time I speak to a different guest, because it's so powerful. The answers I'm getting is, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Why do you do what you're doing? What is when you leave? What everybody wanted to say? Is it that, Cavell could jump over 9 guys in a club, or is it like, Cavell was the greatest basketball coach I ever had, or he was a bit like, what's the legacy? Tell us at the end of the day.
Nothing about my legacy will be anything that you can physically see. My legacy will be something that you feel. It's a mindset, and it's not a legacy exclusive to me. It's a legacy that anybody can leave behind, and it's a mindset. It's a mindset of love and positivity, and that's for me the legacy that I want to be known for. That I want to continue well and after I'm gone. Well after I'm gone, that's what I want to be known for. If as arrogant or self-centered as that may sound,
right? Okay.
That's what I would want to be known for. But as of right now, the legacy that I'm working on building and expanding on is my brother's legacy. Aaron was a man of extreme integrity and love, a huge heart. Fun and funny to be around, but a person who was just serious about enjoying life. And he struggled with mental health as far as depression. And when we say mental health nowadays, we out of ignorance we think of like negative stigmas around it.
Right.
I want to normalize the conversation around mental health awareness, around building mental strength, around struggling with mental wellness. I want to normalize that conversation more so now than ever, because it really hits home. It really hits home for me after this tragedy. But there's a blessing in every tragedy that we go through, and that just helps keep me in that positive mindset and keeps me in that positive perspective. But I have another purpose to build on the life and the messages that Aaron had for youth and for people that he came in contact with. We live that way our entire lives, even as we struggle. And I saw in Aaron and through the way that he lived, that he was going to live with love and positivity no matter what his struggle was. And I want to build on that legacy. As I build on his legacy, it adds to the legacy that I want to leave behind of love and positivity as well.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Well, listen, my friend, I appreciate you taking the time to tell your story. And the way I look at it, everybody's story helps somebody else. And to me, yes. I realize every time that I fail, I'm not failing, I'm growing. Because I've learned yes. certain many things now that I'm like, oh man. And I couldn't understand that being younger. I couldn't understand. Right. I'm like, okay, every time I went into the right, driving to the hole, I got SWAT. Okay? And then I kept going to the right. And then my coach pulls me over and says, yo, dude, yeah, work on your left hand.
Yep.
It's
try like a different angle.
Try something different. Learn yes. from your mistakes. Like I didn't learn that every time I went to the right, I was getting swat by this guy. You know what I mean? But the thing is, next season, learn from it, worked on my left. Now he's confused. He didn't know which angle to go. And in life, exactly. it's never going to be that straight road. So exactly. I appreciate you coming and telling your story, and hopefully people can understand, yes, there'll be some downfalls in your life, but once you have a strong mind, you can get through it and you can rise again like what you're doing. So before I let you go, talk about the team. Let us know about the team.
All right, KW Titans up here in Kitchener-Waterloo, about an hour and 10 minutes outside of Toronto. We start our season, our first game is going to be November 18th, home opener. It's going to be a very exciting season, man. I'm building a team of a great core of returners, a few that you know.
Okay.
From our time in Brampton together.
Okay.
It's going to be very exciting. And then the newcomers that I have coming in, man, just very exciting guys. Dogs. I've been saying this since I took over this team. I need defensive-minded dogs, and I'm building a group of guys, man, that just are dogs, are hungry, but are above that. They're great human beings and great teammates, man. Oh, it's gonna be a very exciting season.
None of these, you scuffed up my shoes kind of thing. It's more like
no.
It's more like I need to see some rug burns on the knees, on the elbows. You diving for balls. You know what I
mean? You grit out wins, man. You grit out wins and grit out championships in this sport, man. And no time for prima donnas. You got to get ugly, man.
So what is it? So hold on. Pretty gets endorsements. Ugly wins championships.
I like that. That's it. That's it, man. We're gonna be ugly. We're gonna have a handsome group of guys, but we're gonna grit it out, man.
All right. Listen, you listening to Jump Podcast with my special guest Cavell Johnson. Rise and fall. Thank you, Cavell, so much.
Thank you for listening. If you liked the show or have a comment, we would love to hear from you. Join our mailing list, and as always, check out our special deals links below. I hope this has inspired you to look at your life and jump. See you next week.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer. Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you. So start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, hope you had a great time listening to the show. If you think I did a great job, please buy me a coffee. I still got a lot of work to do. We would love to hear from you, your feedback, so please click the link and leave us a review. You can help us grow by following us on all social media platforms and sharing this link. Once again, it's time for you to jump. Success is waiting.